Hey gang, so I got out to see Bad Boys for Life. This one's not directed by Michael Bay, but it stars Michael Bay. He is in the movie. He pulls a Stan Lee. Maybe that's what he's going to do from now on. Not make movies, just appear in his franchises. I don't remember who directed this. Two guys directed it. I'd never heard of them before. I'm a fan of the Bad Boys as far as action films go. I really enjoy Will Smith as an action player. I literally fucking despise Martin Lawrence and almost everything I've ever seen him do, except for Life with Eddie Murphy. That's the only exception I can give to Martin Lawrence. Other than that, he's a fucking shitsuckle. I'm not a fan. But I have always liked him in the last two movies, even though they were Michael Bay, and I give a lot of shit to this guy. The buddy cop film is a no-brainer. It's a great idea. Now we're here 25 years after the first one, and they're still on top of each other. I mean, they still play off each other really well. Martin Lawrence is getting slow though. I mean, his acting was, I don't know. It's kind of like, I felt like they did a shot, and then they did a shot, and then they're like, that's the best we're going to get. Let's use that. He's not on top of his game as well as he has been before, but luckily Will Smith, kind of pulls him along throughout the film. The only problem I really have with this is, well, there's two problems I really have. One I can talk about. One is the fact that they lean on the old age thing way too fucking much. And not that they're getting older, but how long they've been doing this. Will Smith is still the young buck. He can do it. He can do everything. I'm me, blah, blah, blah. Martin Lawrence has had a grandson. Now he wants to hang up the handcuffs and say, I tap, I'm out, I retire. So what do we do when we're in this trouble? Well, we add some more stuff to it. Okay, so we had a whole unit to these guys. First to Will Smith, the ammo, I think is what they call him. We got a tech guy. We got a big, giant, muscle-bound tech guy. We have this hot chick that wants to be a badass. And we have this young punk that is gonna be there just so Will Smith can say your mama a bunch of times. And then we have an ex-love interest for Will Smith as the leader of this group. So then we have Will Smith. We add to it, he's there for consulting purposes, because the captain is like, nah, we're not doing this that way. You're not going to go shoot up fucking town and whatever. So together they make this new team. Right before that happens, there is this bad guy that is taking out people on a list. We don't find out what the list is for. Well, we find out what it's for, but Will Smith doesn't get to find out what it's for till later. But anyway, he is trying to figure out who this guy is that's taking out all these people. He gets shot himself, and that's kind of what throws Martin Lawrence into the "yep, I'm done" retirement. Bulletproof Mike gets shot, so everything's kind of cool until the shooter uploads this video to the internet of him shooting Bulletproof Mike, and then it just blows up. The internet blows up and just gets him in the mood that he has to do something about this. And there's lots of stuff that happens, car chases. There's a lot of car chases. Car chases, explosions, lots of guns fired. And then we have the little twist at the end that I would have just liked to have not had at all. It's a good idea, but it should have been handled as in it's just over, not the way it happened. It's either dealt with and done, or don't have it happen, or I can't talk about it. All right. I enjoyed the movie. It was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the other two. Get out and see it. Spoilers. Okay, anybody that's left. I'm not going to ruin this for people that actually want to see the movie. But if you're just wanting to know what it is, or you want to hear me talk, you can stay. Listen, I'm serious. You go if you don't want to know, because I'm going to fucking spoil the shit out of it. All right, the guy that's killing everybody is the son of a female that Will Smith had put in jail for life. He went undercover. The thing was blown up. He put her in jail for life. All right. Then he became a bad boy. So the guy that's killing everybody ends up being Will Smith's son. This person he put in jail, he was undercover in this stuff with that mafia. He hooked up with the wife of the mafia guy, or the cartel guy. She became pregnant. She was in prison. Nobody put two and two together until Will Smith finally finds out, oh my God, she went in prison at this time. We hooked up at this time. 8 months later, this kid's born in prison. So the problem I have with that, I mean, that's a cool storyline, you know, and when the credits starts, there's a little scene where he comes to the son in jail and says, do you want to repay some of your debts? And obviously they're going to put them together. But the part I don't like is this guy is actively trying to kill Will Smith through the entire film because his mother said so. I understand that, because he thinks he did something to his father, or whatever the reason. But he actively shoots his father. He shoots Will Smith. He comes back from it. They fight a couple times. There's lots of stuff that goes on. And then at the very end of the film, where they're having the final showdown, they're punching, kicking. People have been sliced and shot and all kind of shit. He gives it that moment where hey, I'm done. I'm your dad. The kid keeps hitting him. Don't tell me that. And he keeps hitting him. I'm your dad. Hit back. I'm your dad. Then the mom tells him it's the dad. And then all of a sudden, the kid is like, all right, Dad. I've done a lot of bad things, Dad. And he helps Martin Lawrence from dying. And it's too much to believe that this kid has lived his entire life one way. And then because his mom tells him the truth, this is your dad. All right. And the mom gets killed. And the kid is still going to take sides with his dad. Even though he's in prison, Will Smith comes to him and says, I got these, he's like, are you doing okay? And he goes, yeah, I've done a lot of bad things. I've got a lot of debt to pay. And he hands him a folder. He's like, you want to try repaying some of that now? And then it goes, doo-doo. And then it goes off. And I just thought that was a little much. That was just too, man, we could have just ended this. You could have either had the kid die, or we could have just put him in prison, or whatever, but we didn't need to go with the kid switches sides that fast after he's 25 years old and been living one way. I mean, it's just not realistic, but it's not realistic anyway. It's a movie, but anyway, yeah, as far as enjoying this one, the action was superb. It was really just what you think it would be. It doesn't have any surprises. It doesn't, nothing there that you didn't think was going to be there. Great performance by Will Smith. Everybody else involved. Martin Lawrence, you still suck. And hey, there you go. So, bad boys, what you gonna do?